Unfortunately, many men ignore symptoms that they should take more seriously. Here are the ones that can be really dangerous. "I'll be fine." That may be the response you get from some men when they experience unusual health symptoms. But rub some dirt on it isn't really a medical remedy you can rely on. There are several reasons why men don't live as long as women on average, 76 for men, 81 for women, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. But a common one is that men may be more likely than women to avoid doctors and ignore serious symptoms. So pay attention to these alarms, men, they could save your life. Erectile dysfunction. Most men don't want to talk or even think about erectile dysfunction, ED, but it could be a red flag for a much more serious disease, like this. If you are 45 to 50 and your only health issue is that it doesn't work in the bedroom the way that it used to, that's a huge red flag, says Joseph Alyakal MD, a urologist at the NYU Langone Preston Robert Tisch Center for Men's Health in New York City. ED may signal a lack of blood flow, which indicates trouble in other parts of the body too, such as the heart and the brain. If you develop ED, it is as likely to predict a heart attack or stroke in the next 10 years as a smoking or family history of heart disease. Trouble swallowing. Difficulty swallowing, dysphagia, is a symptom that men should never ignore, says David Poppers MD, a gastroenterologist at the Tisch Center for Men's Health in New York City. It is one of the signs of acid reflux, here are 5 more, and it can also be a harbinger of an allergic condition or possibly esophageal cancer and needs evaluation. He says. Chronic acid reflux can cause precancerous changes in the esophagus, known as Barrett's esophagus, he says. Treating people may help prevent Barrett's esophagus and esophageal cancer. Be sure you never ignore these early throat cancer symptoms either. Unintended weight loss. If you are overweight and lose weight because you started eating less and exercising more, that's great. However, sudden, dramatic, and unintentional weight loss tells your doctor that something is not right, Dr. Popper says. In fact, there are at least 10 reasons why unexpected weight loss can be a serious problem. Your doctor will likely order a series of tests to determine the cause of the weight loss. This is not something to ignore. Changing moles. Men are more likely to get skin cancer, including potentially fatal melanoma, because they are less likely to use sunscreen. And they may be more likely to ignore or not notice a changing mole, says John G. Zampella MD, a dermatologist at the Tisch Center for Men's Health. Fair-skinned men are at particularly high risk, he notes, saying that men are twice as likely to die from melanoma as women. His advice? Use a broad-spectrum sunscreen with a high SPF, check your skin regularly, and make sure to see your dermatologist once a year for a clinical skin exam. Know your ABCDs, he says. A is for asymmetry. Melanomas will be irregularly shaped, not round. B is for border. Melanomas tend to have ragged edges. C is for color. Melanomas are multicolored. D is for diameter. A melanoma is typically a 1/4 inch or larger. E is for evolving. Melanomas change their look over time. Any of these signs warrants a visit with your dermatologist. If you liked the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Trusted Center.